Mr. Speaker, with a myriad of crises under the President's current watch, from the border to our national security and, yes, to our economy and national debt, you would think that President Biden would be eager to come to the negotiation table with us as a majority House leaders here in the House of Representatives, to have the debates about the debt ceiling and have the conversations about viable solutions that actually get our economy back on track and ensure that we don't default on our debt later this year. But as we're learning, that's not the case. It turns out he doesn't seem to want to come for negotiations and sit down at the table with us with an outlook to get to a solution. But how do we get here, Mr. Speaker? Let's take a trip down memory lane, and let me remind you that macroeconomics is like physics with a dollar sign in front of it. For every action, there's a reaction. For every input, there's an output. And when you look back over the years, for a number of years, up until 2020, you'll see that our annual budget, our nation's annual operating budget, was essentially a flat line. It was about $1.3 trillion every year from about 2009 to 2020. But in 2021, the number became $1.4 trillion. In 2022, the number was $1.5 trillion. And in 2023, this last fiscal year, the number grew to $1.7 trillion. And this year, when the President comes to Congress with his budget request, we see that he is asking now for $1.9 trillion. You see these numbers and figures depicted here. This line, instead of being flat and linear, has gone upwards and parabolic. And looking at that from a 2020 budget versus what the President is asking for today with $1.9 trillion requested, that's a growth of 46% in just 4 years. And that doesn't include the $6 trillion of liquidity pumped into the market spaces and various federal agencies, state agencies, from the America Rescue Plan, the Inflation Reduction Act, the Bipartisan Infrastructure Package. There's still $6 trillion of additional liquidity in addition to these annual operating budgets in the market space. So this really is, Mr. Speaker, an existential conversation that we're having about the economy right now. The President and the far left have been walking us into a turning propeller. And we all know that's a bad thing. In the House, the majority just recently, yesterday, passed a good compromise bill, a fiscally conservative bill that addresses this concerning sharp increase in federal spending while also raising the debt ceiling, a looming situation we all must address soon before it turns into another crisis under Joe Biden's watch. The bill effectively allows us to avoid walking into the turning propeller. It's called the Limit, Save, and Grow Act, and it will actually provide $4.8 trillion in total savings and cost avoidance. It'll claw back billions of dollars of unspent COVID dollars that are still out there. It'll repeal the additional funding for 87,000 additional IRS agents, and it'll unleash American energy production to lower energy costs for American families, make us more energy independent, and put a stop on the bad federal spending habits from the last 3 years that we've seen here. This bill looks to reset our annual operating budget to fiscal year 22, which you can see is it's not an extreme position. First of all, FY22 was just 6 months ago, and we were operating under those constraints. And as you can see, it's about the midpoint of our funding profile over the last 4 years. So this is a compromise bill. It is a great position to be in for fiscal conservatives, and it's something that the President should embrace and come to the table and have negotiations. And oh, by the way, this bill does protect Social Security and Medicare, and it does not harm veteran benefits, as some have been pushing a narrative as. This is good for our veterans, this is good for our economy, and it's good for the future of Social Security and Medicare, things that I have been very vocal about supporting over the last several years. These false narratives about conservatives threatening Social Security and Medicare and VA benefits are outright lies. We are working to actually protect those programs, not jeopardize them. Now, President Biden has shown little to no interest in coming to the negotiation table to pass a fiscally responsible bill that addresses the debt ceiling. And as I said at the beginning, there are many crises that need to be solved at the hand of President Biden, and all roads seem to be leading to the White House when we look at our blizzard of crises that we're experiencing right now. And we can add to this blizzard of crises the debt ceiling that's imminently looming in front of us. And as the House Republicans bring forth solutions, the President should work with us and implement these solutions as the President of the United States. And at a minimum, he should be willing to come to the negotiation table and in good faith have these conversations, make the compromises to get to a solution just as our founding fathers would want him to.